Good morning. I'm watching Trolls again for now the 806th time in the last 10 days. Why are you hitting me for? Want to say hi to the camera? Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Say dance. Dance. You say bless you? My son, that's my 2-year-old, Logan, who this morning unfortunately would not let me record a Periscope because he decided to wake up in the morning while two of my kids, my oldest one, to school. And when I started recording in the car, he gave me hell. So, anyway, how you guys doing? Thursday morning. Last night was a beautiful sports night, if you will. You had the return of the NBA. You had the World Series Game 2. You had, for me personally, the Miami Heat season opener, which they won last night, minus Jimmy Butler. You also had, if you're a nerd like me, love wrestling, you had both AEW, Dynamite, and NXT. Neither of them which I watched last night. I'm waiting to see the ratings today, later on, because I imagine the ratings are going to be pretty low considering this so much competition last night on TV. And I had to do a podcast last night. I did a podcast late last night with my good friend Zach, the Degenerate. I said too fast. Zach, the Degenerate. Which again I crushed him on our weekly picks. So for the record, this podcast, this Periscope, will be available on YouTube every day, every much as we can. But I'm gonna try to do this every day around 8 o'clock in the morning. Recap the stuff in the biggest stories in sports, pop culture. Maybe politics. I want to. Just anything on my chest. And then for all you guys who may not be able to catch this Periscope on video at all, we'll also have this available on audio on the Speaking Unfiltered feed, which would be a separate feed from the Speaking podcast. So we'll have everything lined up for you. By the way, if you want to follow on YouTube, like I said. Just look for Ernest Speaking Media. Subscribe to that. Yeah, you have different playlists on there. You have this will have its own playlist. The podcast has its own playlist. You know, the podcast I do has its own playlist. So it's all something nice for you, for everybody who wants to follow my work and stuff I do, projects I do within this ecosystem of Ernest Speaking Media. So, okay, I'm hoping to get through this podcast at least 10 minutes in because this kid is already annoying me. It's crazy. Last night. NBA's back. Although it came back Tuesday with 2 games, we had last night was first full slate of games we had. And so the Heat won last night, very impressive win. Granted, Memphis, probably worst team in basketball, maybe second worst in basketball, who knows. But, you know, we played our star guy, Jimmy Butler. But, again, the kids were great last night. Kendrick Nunn, wow. You know, for all the talk that Tyler Herro's getting, it's nice seeing Kendrick Nunn get some love, and because of Jimmy Butler's absence last night, he was able to get some burn, and he took advantage of that. It's nice seeing a Heat team this year so far. It's only one game, but it's nice seeing a team of young kids motivated and ready to buy into the culture. It really is. Can I finish talking? Can I finish talking? Is that okay? Come. Sex daddy. It's really cool. You know, no disrespect to how Whiteside and those guys, but, you know, when you gotta be motivated to play hard, you know, look, everyone said, well, he averaged 16 and 12 a game, or whatever the hell it was. You know, yeah, but those are empty numbers, man. Those numbers never make any impact on wins for the team. You know, there's a difference between guys that put up numbers and are translating to wins, and then guys that are putting up those numbers and translating into mediocrity. You know, Hassan Whiteside, for as good a talent as he is, and probably should be better than he is now. The fact that you have to push him He has to be motivated to play well. It's it's I don't know. It's just one of those things where this he didn't fit the culture here. Yeah, kids like these guys now are here to play hard, here to win. This is why I love the Butler move because Jimmy Butler is the perfect specimen to have to translate what Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra want to put on this team, which is toughness, grit, grind, and you see that even last night. You know, is this the most talented team in the league? No, but it's just one of the most hardworking teams right now. And this is why I think they'll be a 3 seed because I think they'll give every team, including the Lakers, Clippers, hardest teams in the league, they'll give them a run for their money. They're going to make those teams work every night. And most of the time when you do that, those will translate to wins. I really believe that. NBA, I didn't get a chance to check all the scores last night. I saw the Kyrie Irving scored 50, but that's lost in overtime to the Wolves. But I was busy last night doing a podcast. I did a podcast last night on top of that too. So I'm gonna use it this morning before I go out and run my errands to check all the scores and highlights and all that. It's crazy for me now because now I don't know if you guys listen to the podcast. In the last couple months, I've started talking more wrestling on this platform now, which I'm gonna do here. But with all the content going now, this right here at this time here is the busiest time for me in terms of content because you have obviously football, NFL football, college football. Obviously the NBA's back, baseball World Series still going on. That's a priority. Wrestling, there's so much going on. And I have all these TV shows I want to watch, and I can't watch it. The wife and I started watching Succession last week and haven't been able to watch it. I mean, to sit and watch any of my shows because I have so much. Between all the sports, I still have about 9 hours of wrestling to watch. Between Raw, SmackDown, AEW, and NXT if I decide to watch that. So something's got to give. So speaking of baseball, the Nationals 2-0 lead over the Astros. I mean, I'm shocked. Not that it's 2-0, but more so the way they've done it. Nationals, it's like football sometimes. Sometimes you get a hot hand and just keep going. It's like the Royals a couple years ago against the Mets. Where just couldn't stop them like a machine. Now, what do I think the series is over? No, I think there's still a lot of baseball to be played. I still think that this is the sport where no matter how bad a game is or how bad games obviously game 2 actually get blown out, but they can turn around. They have enough firepower in that team, even in Washington. But I will say this though, being this is Washington's first time in the World Series, they're gonna be loud. They're gonna be very loud. So if the Astros have any chance of come back in the series, making it a series, or even winning a series for crying out loud, they need to take Game 3, and they need to take get guys on bases early. But this has been a very impressive run for the Nationals. I have to admit, you beat the Dodgers. Obviously you beat the tough St. Louis Cardinals in NLCS, and then you're about to beat the best team in baseball, the Astros, and do it in embarrassing fashion, pretty much too. I mean, that's a lot to that's a lot of respect. I mean, look, I'm not a Nationals fan. I'm a Mets fan, so the Nationals are big rivals to us. But it is what it is. It is what it is with the World Series. I'm trying to watch this. I watched it last night a little bit. I was going to put me back to the Heat game and the World Series and all that, and it's a challenge, but it's what it is. All right. Tonight is Thursday Night Football. We have the Vikings 5-2 against the Redskins, who are 1-6. The spread of that game was when I did the show last night with Zach. It was a 16-point spread for the Vikings, minus 16. I'll say it here. I'm going to take the Redskins on the points. Vikings win, but the Redskins. I'm taking the Redskins for the points plus 16. That's a lot of points. And also my rule: Kirk Cousins on primetime, playing one game with everybody watching. You never take Kirk Cousins to cover a spread. Just saying that. Always go against Kirk Cousins. All right. What else? How do I go? Oh, finally. I'll get more NBA depth later on when I'm more prepared. Just want to get this in. Stone Cold Steve Austin might be doing a new podcast with the World Wrestling Entertainment (WWE). which would be pretty cool, I guess. Because I'm just worried because I love Stone Cold's podcast now, that he has on Podcast One, because it's most unfiltered. It's less, more. You can say more, not feel restricted. My problem with my only worry with Stone Cold doing a podcast on WWE is, will they filter everything out what he wants to do? Because Stone Cold tends to be a little more on the aggressive side, with language and all that, which I like. I like honesty and authenticity. But it's cool. We'll see. But I like to see. I wouldn't mind as long as they allow Stone Cold to be who he is. I'm cool with it. Okay, that's enough. I got 10 minutes out of this. I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully today we'll get the ratings for last night's AEW NXT Wednesday Night Wars, and we'll react to that later on. So I am on Twitter at EJChristian7. Again, YouTube, Earthspeak Media, and this will be up on all the platforms. So love you guys. Take care. See ya.